ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So we are continuing Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Gopala Champu, and so we'll continue with the Gopala Champu. So in Gopala Champu, we saw that Krishna's everyday pastimes are happening after Krishna has returned from Dwaraka. And now Krishna and along with all the boys, they were taking permission from Mother Yashoda to go to the forest. After they have taken permission to go to the forest, they went and met Nanda Maharaj along with the assembly. So in the assembly hall they were sitting. So Krishna and the friends, they went to meet Nanda Maharaj. So when they were, Krishna and Balaram along with his friends were meeting Nanda Maharaj, Ratna Choda, a panegyrist, a bard, came with bard who praises others for living. So he came with two boys who were wearing a kakapaksha kind of a hairstyle. So he came with two boys and then he introduced the two boys to Nanda Maharaj. So we are continuing from there. So these two boys who are being introduced by Ratna Chuda, Bard, they were looking very beautiful. They were two young singers. And when they looked at Krishna, they started beginning to tremble. And they were so attracted. Their eyes were glued to the form of Krishna. They couldn't take off their eyes. They were having, their voices were getting choked. And they started glorifying Krishna. Oh, Krishna, you are like the Chintamani stone. The Chintamani stone is a desire stone. If you ask for something, it will just give you whatever you want. But when they are looking at Krishna, all their desires are satisfied. They don't want anything else. So they are glorifying Krishna as Chintamani stone. Jaya, Jaya, all glories to you. You have appeared on this earth just to remove the burden of all the people. There are two types of burden. One burden is that the demons are giving trouble to all the people. That is a burden of the earth. Burden means it's heavy. The presence of the demon is heavy for the earth to bear. And the second kind of burden is that the devotees are who are practicing, the sadhaka devotees, they are separated from Krishna. They want to see Krishna. They haven't fully perfected, so they are still continuing their life in the earth. So Krishna appears to give his association to show himself to these devotees. So the two boys are glorifying Krishna. You have appeared to remove these two burdens of the earth. The first burden of removing the demons from this world is actually quite an easy task. All Krishna has to do is just think that these demons should just die. Then they will just die. But the second type of burden that the sadhakas, the practitioners who are longing to see Krishna, that burden cannot be removed unless Krishna himself appears and then shows him, to them his own self. So that is the heaviest burden. So Krishna has come to remove these two burdens. And Krishna is also holding the entire earth because entire earth is feeling so burdened. So he is holding the entire earth. Earth in the sense here is Bhumandala. Earth is part of Bhumandala. Earth is one small portion of the entire Bhumandala. Only the earth part is visible to us. Everything else of this Bhumandala is invisible to us. So this entire Bhumandala is held in head by Ananta Shesha. Ananta Shesha is holding with his power this entire Bhumandala. That Ananta is non-different from Krishna because he is an incarnation, he is an avatar of Krishna. So, in one sense, Krishna is holding the entire Bhumandala. The devotees and the demons are the demons are giving burden to the earth. The devotees are feeling burden in the earth. But Krishna not only removing those two burdens, he is also removing the burden of the earth by holding the earth as Ananta. So, in this way, Krishna, you are giving unlimited happiness to Devatas. Jaya, all glories to you. And then they look at Balaram. Balaram is shining very white. He's white in color. So then they started glorifying Balaram. Balaram, you are the emblem of fame for everyone in your dynasty. Your fame is all over spread the entire earth. Victory to you, Jaya. All glories to you. So then they started again glorifying in very sweet songs and poems of Krishna and Balaram. Nanda Maharaj, then who was standing next by, he started asking Ratnachuda, Ratnachuda, who are these two young boys? Ratnachuda brought these young boys along with him. So Nanda Maharaj is asking Ratnachuda, who are these two young boys? Ratnachuda was mentioning, these two boys are my sister's sons. Which sister are you talking about? Ratnachuda said, my sister called Ratnavati. Ratnavati means one who possesses jewels. So my sister actually wanted to see both Krishna and Balaram. Therefore, I have brought all of them together with me. And she is offering her respects to you. Then Nanda Maharaj said, all blessings to you. And then Ratnachuda introduced his sister's husband, that is brother-in-law, whose name is Sumati. So in this way, this bard is introducing his entire family to Nanda Maharaj. In this way, Nanda Maharaj, Krishna, and Balaram meet with each individual Vrajavasi there. It might look little impossible because how many Vrajavasis are there? There are actually billions and billions of Vrajavasis are there. But still, Krishna, along with Nanda Maharaj, they meet each and every person. It is possible only in the spiritual world. In the material world, we are limited by the space. We cannot meet everyone at one time. We can only meet only one particular individual at a time. But Krishna and other devotees in the spiritual world are not like that. Simultaneously, they can meet with everyone. This is the science of the spiritual world. It's quite different from the science of the material world. So then, Nanda Maharaj started telling about this brother-in-law of Ratnachuda. He said, yeah, I remember him, this person, when he was a child, I saw him. Now I'm able to recognize him. So then he has started inquiring, brother-in-law, where are you living? Where have you come from? So then Sumati, who is actually the brother-in-law of Ratnachuda, he said, I'm actually living on the shores of the ocean, which means he's quite far from Vraja. He is living. He has just come for this occasion to meet Krishna and all the Vrajavasis. The Vrindavan is in Uttar Pradesh, which is nowhere near the ocean. So this person is living near the ocean. So it's quite far. Then Upananda was telling that, yeah, he's our guest. We should give him nice place to stay. Please come and stay here. You have come from a great distance. We'll see for your comforts. So in this way, he was arranging for Sumati to stay and along with all the people out there. So Krishna, he was very curious. Then he looked at his father and then he said with smiling lips, what are the names of these boys? These two boys are so amazing. No? What are their names? Then Ratnachuda, who was standing there, the bard, he said, oh, Krishna, these boys' names are Madhukanta and Snigdhakanta. You have to remember, these two boys are going to um, be mentioned throughout. Madhukanta and Snigdhakanta. Madhukanta means sweet throat. Snigdha Kanta means lovely throat. Same. So then Krishna said, both of the words look very similar. Madhukanta or Snigdha. They seem very similar. Same meaning. Uh, Ratnachoda said, yes, they are brothers and they are twins. Madhukanta and Snigdha are twins. Then Upananda, who is brother of Nanda, he asked, "Oh Ratnachuda, where did these two boys study the art of praising? The bards used to praise others. So therefore, Upananda is asking, where did they study their art of praising others?" Ratnachuda said, "Yeah, they learned from me because I am their uncle. They have surprising qualities as well, and they have also learned from somebody else as well." Okay, so Upananda was asking, "Who are they? Where did they? From whom did these two people learn?" So then the boys they folded their hands and then they said, "Oh Lord of the people of Goloka, that is Gopendra. So, oh Gopendra, mercy of the Guru is the only cause in all cases. Our knowledge has appeared because only by the mercy of the Guru. So the guru is a person who teaches knowledge, who gives knowledge, scriptural knowledge. Any knowledge you can say, in general, even material knowledge, if a person teaches you how to drive a bicycle or a mathematics or whatever it is, he's said to be a guru, he's giving you teaching. But the spiritual knowledge is the most important thing. And we treat that guru who is giving us spiritual knowledge as equivalent to God because he is very dear to God. The guru's main function is to give scriptural knowledge. We learn scriptural knowledge from guru. So he says mercy of the guru is the only cause in all cases. So traditionally, when the student goes to Gurukul to learn the knowledge from the guru, he he has to obtain the mercy of Guru. Mercy of the Guru comes in two forms. One is the Guru gives knowledge to the disciple, that is mercy. The second is the satisfaction of Guru. The Guru feels satisfied by the disciple. So, unless the Guru is satisfied, if the Guru is dissatisfied, the knowledge that the disciple has gotten is useless. The Guru has to feel satisfied. So, mercy of Guru is the only cause in all cases, he said. So, because of the mercy of the Guru, we have obtained such skills in the art of bard, being a bard. So, who is your teacher that you are singing so amazingly, and who is your teacher? Then they folded their hands and then they said, "It is Narada Muni. He should be remembered every morning." This Narada Muni, our fortunate guru, he has taught us these skills. So Narada Muni is the guru of these two boys. No wonder that they are very skillful in their art. So then everybody were surprised and then said, "Yeah, now we can understand why you guys are so good in, and skillful in glorifying others, and especially Krishna." Then the two boys, Madhukanta and the Snigdakanta, they started speaking. They said, "We came to Vrindavan on the order of Narada Muni. By his mercy, we have got so much knowledge, the knowledge which is even rare to the Devatas. When we think of him, all our miseries are destroyed. So we have come to Vraja by the order of Narada Muni." Everybody were looking at these two boys with astonishment. So we'll stop here, Gopala Champu. We'll continue our Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu session. So Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, so far we have seen the primary descriptions of the primary rasas, Shanta Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Madhurya Rasa. The secondary rasas, Hasya, Adbhuta, Veera, Karuna, and Raudra. We have completed all these rasas. So the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is divided into four sections: East, South, West, and North. The eastern section is giving an overview of bhakti. The southern section is talking about rasa and what is rasa and its ingredients. The west and the northern sections are talking about primary rasas and secondary rasas. We are in the eastern section. And the eastern section is divided into four chapters: chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. The chapter 1 talks about overview of bhakti. Chapter 2 talks about sadhana bhakti. Chapter 3 talks about bhava. Chapter 4 talks about prema. So within chapter 1, we have Mangala Charan and then definition of Uttama Bhakti. So far, we have looked into Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya, primary rasas. The secondary rasas we have completed Hasya, Adbhuta, Veera, Karuna, and Raudra. Now, today we will enter into Bhayanaka-rasa. Bhayanaka means fear. So, this Bhayanaka-rasa, fear, you can see there is the fear of the person who is sitting here. This is Yashoda. Yashoda is very fearful in her face. She's fearful about something. So, this Bhayanaka Rasa, the devotees who are the servants of Krishna and sons of Krishna, they feel fearful of Krishna. Fear in the sense that the servants or the sons of Krishna, when they do some mistake, when they commit some offense by mistake to Krishna, then they show fear in their heart, guilt feeling. The guilt feeling arises in their heart, and then that manifests as fear in their face. So they show fear because of their offenses. That is one type of fear. One type of fear arises from the guilt of committing offense toward Krishna. The second type of fear is that which arises in all the relatives and friends of Krishna. That is because of fear of demons. When demon comes to Vrindavan, Yashoda becomes fearful. Nanda becomes fearful. The friends of Krishna become fearful. Why? Because they are worried that the demons will hurt Krishna and they want to protect Krishna somehow or the other. So they become fearful. When they become fearful, they start heavily breathing. They try to hide Krishna or oneself. They become very unsteady and they look for some shelter for Krishna and they started shouting also. But the fear that Kamsa has for Krishna, Kamsa is also fearful of Krishna. He is thinking of Krishna in fear all the time. That is not Bhayanaka Rasa. That is a Rasabhas. Rasa Abhas means it looks like a Rasa, a semblance of Rasa. It is not real Rasa. So in this case, we are seeing in the picture that this is one time a lady who has come from far afar. She was not living in Vrindavan. She was living quite outside of Vrindavan. And she has come to meet Yashoda. When she come to meet Yashoda, when she come to meet Yashoda, she heard the stories of Putana, how Putana had come. She was trying to kill Krishna, and then Krishna, when he was sucking out milk from Putana, he sucked out her life years also. And then Putana died. All these stories she has heard when she came to Vrindavan. Then when she met Yashoda, then she started inquiring about that. How was that Putana? How was he looking? What she was trying to do? Because he was very curious about what happened with Putana. When Yashoda heard that name Putana, she started trembling. She said that, "Oh, mother," Yashoda is speaking to this lady who has come from far afar. She is saying that, "Oh, mother, please stop this topic of Putana. Even now, when I remember about her, I start beginning to shake. My body is shaking." When Putana put Krishna on her lap to devour him, she manifested a very fearful body. and she was making lot of terrible noise. That picture is that here, that incident is still in my head. I can never forget it. And when Yashoda remembers about that, she becomes immediately fearful. That how she was terribly trying to kill Krishna. This is Bhayanaka-rasa. There is love of the devotees expressed toward Lord in the form of fear. That is Bhayanaka-rasa. We have the other example of the Bhayanaka-rasa. We have a verse here, which is in the Shardula Vikridita meter, which is similar to Janmadhyasya Daka. We'll recite this verse. Kim shushyatvadanosi munchakachitam chitte prutum vepatum vishwasya prakritim bhajasva namana apyasti mantum tava ushmam rakshitam ruksharajarabasa विस्तीर्य वीर्यं त्वया पृथ्वी प्रत्युत युद्धकौतुकमयी सेवैव मे निर्मिता. So, one time, King Satrajit, who is father of Satyabhama. Satyabhama is a wedded wife of Krishna. But before Krishna got married to Satyabhama, King Satrajit, he was living in Dwarka along with the other Dwarkavasis. Krishna, um, he was not really ruling the Dwarka kingdom. Ugrasena was the king of Dwarka. Though Ugrasena was the king of Dwarka, Krishna was what everybody was looking forward to. So King Satrajit was living in that kingdom. So one time, King Satrajit satisfied, pleased the sun god Surya. So because he pleased Surya, Surya Dev gave him Syamantaka jewel. It's very shining jewel. You cannot get in this world. It's by the grace of Surya Dev, he has obtained this Syamantaka jewel. So once he has obtained this Syamantaka jewel, he just tied it around his neck. And then he used to hang it on his neck and then walk here and there. He started going everywhere in Dwarka. The residents, when they saw Satrajit, they were thinking that, oh, he must be sun god himself because he's so effulgent and shiny. He must be sun god himself. Then all of them were like looking at with astonishment the Satrajit. They went to Krishna and then told him that, actually Surya Dev had come. Huh? You should come and meet him. Krishna knew everything, and Krishna also manifests his Sarvagyatva, all knowing power in Dwaraka. He doesn't manifest that in Vrindavan generally, because in Vrindavan only sweetness pervades. Krishna hides his power in Vrindavan, but in Dwaraka he shows his power also. And Krishna said, no, wow, who has come is not Surya Dev, it is actually Satrajit. He has got that Semantaka jewel from Surya Dev and he is hanging around his neck and then he is roaming everywhere. So the Satrajit, he took that precious stone, then he put it in his own altar. He has made a special altar at his home. And then every day he started doing puja for the jewel. The glory of this jewel is, apart from being so effulgent and shining, it also produces huge amount of gold. Huh? So you can use it for anything you want. So therefore, this huge amount of gold, because of that, Satrajit was very wealthy. He started becoming very wealthy. So Krishna then went to meet Satrajit. He met Satrajit and then he said, oh, Satrajit, you should give that jewel to Ugrasena because he is the king. If you give that jewel to the king, he can use that wealth to provide facilities for the entirety of citizens. So you should give to Ugrasena. But Satrajit, he was so attached to the jewel, even though Krishna came personally to Satyajit and asked, he refused to give the jewel. This is unfortunate. If we have like a greedy mentality, miserly mentality, we are not ready to share whatever we are possessing with others. This is what will happen. Sometimes Krishna will appear in our life, then we will be refusing to even give directly anything to Krishna as well. That is so unfortunate that Krishna does not need anything from anyone. He will not, therefore, ask. He will only ask because he wants to give mercy. And if that time the person who is on the other side doesn't give anything, that is his misfortune. So anyway, Satrajit refused to give his jewel to Krishna. One time, after a while, Satrajit's brother's name is Prasena. So this Prasena, he went on a hunting to the forest. So while going to the forest, he also borrowed the Syamantaka jewel from Satrajit and he wore it on his neck. So then he went on for a hunting in the forest. On the way, unfortunately, a lion attacked Prasena and then it killed. It dragged him to a mountain cave and then it was trying to eat him. So in the mountain cave, Jambavan was living. Jambavan was a devotee of Lord Ram. So from the time of Lord Ram, he was still existing. So until Krishna came to this world, he was living. Quite powerful. So he saw that the lion was having such a nice jewel with it, the Syamantaka jewel. So he killed the lion and then he took that jewel away from that lion. Jambavan. Jambavan looks like a bear. You see here Jambavan. So this Jambavan, he took that Syamantaka jewel and then he gave it to his son to play with. His son was playing it around, a toddler. Then, because Prasena, the brother of Satrajit, he did not return to the city, and the jewel was also with Prasena. So Satrajit was looking for his brother. Why he did not return? Then he assumed that sometime back Krishna came to me and he asked for this jewel, and I did not give him. Therefore, Krishna must have killed this Prasena and he must have taken my jewel. So he started assuming that Krishna has stolen this jewel from me. Then he started spreading this narrative everywhere. Look, Krishna asked this jewel from me, and then I did not give. Therefore, when I gave it to my brother, he went and killed my brother when my brother was alone in the forest, and then he took this jewel from him. My brother also did not return, and the jewel also did not come. So he started spreading around this narrative everywhere in the Dwaraka. So this news came to Krishna's ears finally. And Krishna did not like this rumor being spread around him in Dwaraka like this. So he wanted to clear his name. So then he just went to the forest to see what happened to Prasena. So he went along the path that Prasena had gone. And then he saw that at one place the horse was dead lying on the road. And then there was a blood spot which was dragging toward the cave. And then he went to the cave and then he saw that the cave, that lion and Prasenna, both of them were dead lying there. So he went along with some soldiers. Krishna did not go alone. He went along with some soldiers. He asked all these people to wait outside. I'll just go inside this cave and then figure out what has happened. So he went inside the cave. Then at that time in the cave, Jambavan was there. Jambavan looked at what this person who has entered inside the cave trying to do. He did not know it was Krishna. So Krishna went and tried to take away the jewel from the kid who was playing with that. That is the kid of Jambavan. So Jambavan got very angry that somebody is trying to steal the jewel that I have given to my child. Then he came jumping to the scene. And then he thought Krishna is some ordinary man. He did not think he is Krishna. Then he started fighting with him heavily. Jambavan is very powerful. He is a soldier of Lord Ram. Therefore, he started heavily fighting for 28 days. They were fighting continuously, b- punching each other, beating with gada, and like that. They were fighting with each other. And after 28 days, Jambavan started growing weak. He was getting hit by Krishna. So he started growing weak. Then Jambavan, something struck in his mind. Nobody can beat me. I have fought against the army of Ravana. Nobody can beat me like this unless it is Lord Ram who is fighting against me. So therefore, this person who has come here, it must be Lord Ram. Then he understood glory that this is Krishna is nothing but his own dear Lord, Lord Ram. So then, understanding that, Jambavan started to praise Krishna. So at that time, Jambavan started to little bit tremble. Why? Because he has committed an offense. He fought with Krishna. He fought with Krishna. While he was fighting with Krishna, he was punching Krishna. He was trying to hurt Krishna. And how many days? 28 continuous days he was trying to do that. So a guilt came in his heart. He got filled with fear that I committed such a great offense against my worshipable Lord. Bhayanaka-rasa arose in the heart of Jambavan. So at that time, Krishna touched Jambavan. Then he spoke this verse. He said, Kim Shushyad Vadanaha Asi. Why have your face become so dry? Muncha Kachitam Chitte Prutum Ve Putum. Your heart is getting agitated. Give up that. Don't worry about that. Whatever has happened. Vishwasya Prakritim Bhajasva. Restore to your natural state, having faith in me. Na managapi asti mantum tava. There is not even a slight trace of fault on your part. Even though Jambavan has fought with Krishna, Krishna is saying there is not even a slight fault on your part. Riksha Raja, oh king of bears, Riksha Raja. Ushmam Rakshitam Rabasat Vistirya Viryam Twaya. By your great power, which is quite sudden, forceful, and expanding, filled with the fury, your great power, you have fought with me. You have made this entire cave filled with uh, the Kautuka of Yuddha. Kautuka means joy or festival. The Kautuka, the festival of fighting, Yuddha. You have made this entire place a festival for fighting, a battlefield. By this, you have done me a service, a great service. Because Krishna likes Virya Rasa. He wants to fight with a good opponent. Nobody can be a good opponent other than Krishna's devotees. So in this case, Jambavan gave a good fight to Krishna. If Jambavan had known that Krishna is his own dear worshipable Lord, he would not have fought. Then what to give about good fight? So because he did not know, therefore he was able to give a very good fight for Krishna. And Krishna was very pleased by his fight. So they said that you did not do any offense. You have actually satisfied me. You have done service to me. He says, O king of the rikshas, why has your face become dried up? Stop the wild palpitations of your heart. Having faith in me and recover your composure. You have not committed any offense at all. On the contrary, in boldly displaying your valor mixed with anger, you have actually served me greatly with this sporting fight. So this was the exhibition of Bhayanaka-rasa by Jambavan. Jambavan nicely displayed the Bhayanaka-rasa, and we see here the kid is playing with the jewel in the background, and Krishna and Jambavan, both of them are here. There is another instance of Bhayanaka-rasa. So one time, Aristasura, Aristasura, um, Aristasura was killed by Krishna. After Krishna killed Aristasura, Kamsa was very upset that his powerful demon Aristasura has been killed by Krishna. So he was very upset. For a year, he did not send anyone to Vrindavan to kill Krishna. So when he was upset and then sitting there, Keshi, another demon who is subordinate to Kamsa, um, he came to Kamsa and then he said, I will go and actually kill Krishna. Then Kamsa looked at Keshi and then he said, actually, you know what? Give up that. Don't unnecessarily go and make enemies. Don't create enemies. Don't stop fighting with Krishna. You are creating him more and more a bigger enemy. So don't do that. But um, both Keshi and Kamsa were not fully happy in their heart. Kamsa was always fearful. So at that time, Narada Muni, he came to Kamsa. He said that Vasudeva, whom you have freed from the prison, is actually the father of Krishna. Therefore, he is going secretly to Nanda's house and meeting Krishna and Balaram. And Krishna and Balaram, they are sons of Vasudeva. So it was previously mentioned that Kamsa would be killed by the eighth son of Vasudeva. That Kamsa did not know. Kamsa was thinking that Krishna was some random enemy. But now he got to know that Krishna was the son of Vasudeva. Hearing that, he was very angry. This Vasudeva, he cheated me. He told me that his eighth son was a girl. But then he has hidden secretly this Krishna away from me. Then he got so much angry, then he imprisoned again Vasudeva and Devaki with iron chains this time. So after imprisoning them, he called again Keshi this time. And then he said, now this time you go to Vraja and then finish Krishna. I don't mind whatever you do, you go and finish Krishna. So Keshi, who is like a horse, he actually then came to Vraja. He was just tearing up the soil. He was with his hooves. He was tearing up the soil, and then he was jumping here and there, very high in the air. He is a demon. He is not a regular horse, so he can just quiet jump very high in the sky. So when KC demon came to Vraja, and the Vrajavasis were able to see, especially in Yashoda, when she saw KC demon, she started reciting this verse. This is in Vasanta Talaka meter. Vasanta Talaka meter is more like uh, Brahma Samhita. Does it go? Okay, I forgot the tune for Brahma Samhita.
Ishvara
Ishvara Paramakrishna is actually
Hakim Karomi Taralam.
Chintamani.
yes. Thank you. Hakim karomi taralam bhavanantarale Gopendra gopaya balad uparudhya balam Kshma mandalena sahachanchala mano me Shrungani langayati pashyatu ranga daitya. Ha, Kim Karomi, what can I do? This is Yashoda is speaking to Nanda. What can I do? Uh, oh, Gopendra, that is, oh Nanda Maharaj, what can I do? Your son, who is Balam, your son is filled with Chanchala, Tarala. Fickle, so fickle. He's so fickle, he looks like he will just go and directly meet Keshi. He will stand in front of Keshi, he looks like. Huh? Please protect him. Please confine him within the house. Don't let him come out. This Keshi demon, he's jumping so far across the trees. On the top of the trees, he's jumping. He's quite can jump to a great distance. Look at that, he's jumping quite high distance. And looking at that, my mind is reeling along with the entire world. The entire world is reeling for me. Please go and protect him, confine him. This is what she says. Bhaya, when she looked at the Keshi demon, Bhaya arose in her heart. She wanted to protect Krishna. She was not thinking about herself. She wanted to protect immediately Krishna. That is Bhayanaka-rasa. Her love is mixed with Bhaya, fear. O Nanda, what shall I do? Forcefully confine this restless child within the house and protect. Keshi demon is agitating my mind as well as the whole earth. See, he is jumping over the trees. Bhayanaka-rasa. So here, Keshi is there. This is the last demon that was sent by Kamsa to Vraja. After that, he will invite actually um, Krishna directly to Mathura. This is Bhayanaka-rasa. One second, my laptop is running out of charge. So this ends Bhayanaka-rasa. So the fear can arise if the devotees who are in love with Krishna, if they have guilt feeling and that they have committed some offense toward Krishna, and then that rises as a fear in their heart, or if the devotees who are caring for Krishna and when they see the presence of demons or some powerful entity, they become fearful that they have to protect Krishna. They think like that. That is Bhayanaka-rasa. What comes ahead for Krishna is not Bhayanaka-rasa, that is Rasabhas. The last one, last rasa is Bibhatsa-rasa. Bibhatsa means disgust. So this disgust only happens with foul things or disgusting things in the material world. They won't arise from Krishna. That means that devotees will never feel disgust toward Krishna. Disgust is a feeling that they don't feel toward Krishna. Huh? You don't feel disgust toward Krishna. That is very, very, very opposite. You feel love toward Krishna. Never at a time you will feel disgust toward Krishna. So this disgust can only arise from something if they looked at disgust. For example, in this picture, you see the devotee. He was previously controlled by lust. He was having a lot of lustful manners and behaviors, and he was very clever in seducing women, and he was quite engaged with lustful activities. But then, when he came in the path of bhakti, he got addicted to the chanting of the holy name. And now, when he sees somebody doing lustful activities in the right side, some woman and man are embracing, his face becomes twist. And then he spits at the thought even. He doesn't uh, like it anymore. It becomes disgust, natural. It's not just acting it out externally. Naturally, disgust arises in his heart. When by through the chanting, if he perfects his life and he develops love for Krishna, this natural disgust will arise. So, this disgust toward things which had previously captured the mind of the person, and now he's feeling disgust toward that material things. That is bibhatsa, disgust. And when he thinks about this disgusting thing, it arises rarely in his mind. The disgust appears in his heart and then makes him like Krishna more. His love for Krishna increases because of this disgust. So, this is one type of disgust. When this disgust arises in the heart, what kind of activities the devotee will perform? He will actually spit at the thought, or he will distort his face in disgust, uh, and hairs may stand on his hand. uh, all these symptoms will appear. Okay, this is one type of disgust. There is another type of disgust. This is a baby who is in the womb of the mother. He's a devotee baby. So he is quite advanced devotee, not a regular devotee. He is quite advanced devotee. He is so advanced, even within the womb, he is able to remember Krishna. The devotee, generally, the children, they don't remember many things because they are trapped in the bodies of child. But this devotee, even though he was in the womb, he was able to remember Krishna. So he's trapped in this body because he was just maybe his last life. He's just about to get liberated after this life, whatever. So he's able to remember this. This also comes in similar theme, comes in Bhagavatam as well, third canto. So there it was mentioned that the child actually prays to Krishna. Jiva Goswami explains in Sandarbhas that this child who is praying to Krishna is actually not a regular or general child, general baby. It is actually a devotee of Krishna. Regular babies or those who are not advanced in devotion, they don't pray. They just become unconscious in the womb and then they just lie down like that. But this child prays to Krishna. He's a devotee child. So the verse goes like this. अश्रुमूत्राकीर्णे घनश्यामलपङ्कव्यतिकरे वसन्नेशक्लिन्नो जडतनुरहं मातुरुदरे लभे चेत्क्षोभं तव भजन कर्माक्षमतया तदस्मिन् कंसारे कुरु मयि कृपा सागर कृपाम् asrig mutra akirne. So I have been dumped in this womb which is filled with my own urine and blood. This womb is like that. Ghana Shamala Pankya Vyatikare. This womb is filled with dense sins that I have committed in the past. This womb is filled with mud like sins. The sins is what is forcing him to take birth in the womb. So, this sin, which is like a mud, difficult to come out of it, it is filling this womb. And I have been wet within this, and I'm living in this material body, holding a material body in my mother's womb. And I am not able to worship you properly, O Krishna. My heart is getting agitated that I'm not able to worship you. Oh Krishna, Kangsa Ari. Kangsa Ari means the enemy of Kangsa. Please show me mercy because you are an ocean of mercy. So this devotee baby is praying to Krishna like this. Oh, enemy of Kangsa, trapped in this body, living in the mother's womb in contact with a thick muck of sin, covered with urine and blood, I am distressed in heart. O ocean of mercy, please be merciful to me, who am unable to worship you. So this is a general type of disgust. The disgust, bibhatsa, is happening in the devotee's heart by looking at the material, that he has got such a body and he's living in such a filthy home, which is the womb of a mother. It's not quite comfortable place to live in. You are first of all contracted. On top of that, it's not a palatial place to live in. It's just a miserable place and looks disgusting everywhere, blood and other things. So therefore, this is not a good place to live in. A feeling of disgust arises in the heart of this devotee. And this disgust feeling, Bibhatsa, is pushing him toward Krishna to love him more and more. So this is another type of Bibhatsa Rasa. We have that picture here, sort of a womb, though created by AI. Okay. So the last example of disgust. This is in the meter of Shardula Vikriditam, just like Janmadhyasya Asyadaha. घ्राणोद्घूर्णकपोतगन्धिविकटे कीटाकुले देहली स्रस्तव्याधितयूतगूथगतणा निर्धूतनेत्रायुषी कारानामनिहन्तमाघदय मे नामी वयं नारके क्षिप्तास्ते स्मृतिमाकलय्य नरक ध्वंसिन्यिह प्राणिमा. So one time, Yudhishthira Maharaj was trying to perform a Rajasuya sacrifice. So when he was trying to perform a Rajasuya sacrifice, Krishna was present in that assembly. So Yudhishthira Maharaj was telling Krishna, Krishna, I want to perform this Rajasuya sacrifice. Because in the Rajasuya sacrifice, we will all be able to glorify you very nicely, and all the relatives I will invite for the sacrifice, they will be able to see you, your lotus feet, and thus they will get benefit. This was Yudhishthira's plan. Krishna said, yes, this is good. But for that, you need to conquer all the kings. So Rajasuya is conducted when you are able to conquer, defeat all the kings, and you declare yourself as emperor. So then Yudhishthira Maharaj sent all of his brothers to conquer all the directions, in all different directions, and win over the kings. So they have won over all the kings in all directions, and they have come back, but except only one king, they are not able to win over. That is Jarasandha. They could not defeat Jarasandha. So then Yudhishthira Maharaj conveyed this to Krishna. How can we kill Jarasandha? So Krishna was previously advised by Uddhava a specific strategy to kill Jarasandha. So Krishna conveyed that to Yudhishthira. Then Krishna, along with Arjuna and Bhima, they disguised themselves as Brahmanas, and they went to the palace of Jarasandha. Jarasandha was, though he was a sort of a demon, you can say, but he was very devoted to Brahmanas. He will respect the Brahmanas like anything. So, therefore, Krishna, Arjuna, and Bhima, they have dressed themselves as Brahmanas and went and flattered him. And then they said that we want a boon from you. Jarasandha saw that these people, they had marks in their shoulder by holding bow, because you are carrying around your bow all the time on your shoulder. There was you need to put some mark on your shoulder. So he saw that these people are having marks on their shoulder because of holding the bow. Therefore, these people are not Brahmanas. They are Kshatriyas. They are warriors. Anyways, because they have come in the guise of Brahmanas, I'll just honor their request. Yes, he said. So when he said, yes, I will fulfill your promise, Krishna understood that this guy knew who we are. He's just trying to cover us. So he just took off his disguise, and then he showed himself as Krishna. And then Krishna said, come, let's fight one to one, one-on-one fighting, you versus me. So Jarasandha said, no, Krishna, I am not going to fight with you. Why? Because previously when I came to fight with you in Mathura, you ran away. So Krishna ran away from the fight from Jarasandha. Therefore, he is called Ranchor. Yeah, Ranchor. Ran away from the battlefield. So you ran away from the battlefield. Therefore, I will not fight with you. You are a coward. So he offended Krishna like that. So then he also said, Arjuna, who is inferior in age and size to me, I'm not going to fight with him also. I will fight with Bhima because Bhima, who is bulky and then so huge, and he looks like a worthy opponent. So I will just fight with Bhima. So then he took one club and then gave it to Bhima, and then he himself took another club. They went outside the city and then they started fighting. So Kshatriyas, they don't fight inside of the city. They always fight outside the city so that the citizens don't get affected. So they were fighting for quite a long time. And whoever is watching the fight, they were thinking that, both of them are equally fighting, equal power. So nobody is able to gain anyone. Neither Jarasandha could win Bhima, Bhima couldn't win Jarasandha as well. So at that time, Krishna took a small tree branch and then he broke the tree branch and then he threw it like that. Gave a hint to Bhima how to kill Jarasandha. So Bhima, understanding that, he held the feet of Jarasandha and then he started tearing it apart into two, from his genitals all the way to his head. He tore his body into two and then threw that away. So that's the only way to kill Jarasandha. There's a story behind it. Anyways, so once he was able to kill Jarasandha, then there were a lot of kings who were arrested by Jarasandha, imprisoned by Jarasandha. They were imprisoned because Jarasandha won over them. And they were imprisoned in a filthy place. You see, if such a filthy place, these are the kings who are there. They are devotees of Krishna. They are imprisoned in such a filthy place. So then they are praying this. We have been thrown by the personification of death called Jarasandha into his prison, the summation of all hells, which destroys vision with piles of stool from sick humans lying in a yard infested with terrible worms whose stink makes the nose unsteady. Because all of them are dumped into this prison and there was no toilet facility or anything. They were forced to uh, pass their stool within the prison and then live on that. It was a very terrible place. So when Krishna came there, they got relieved. They have devotion for Krishna. So therefore Krishna came there to relieve all of them. And they look at this place and then they were feeling bibhatsa, disgust. And this disgust is pushing them toward Krishna. Their love toward Krishna is increasing more and more. This is bibhatsa rasa. So one question can come. How can this disgust arise in the heart of a devotee who is actually very pure in nature? It doesn't arise, Rupa Goswami says, it only arises because of the mercy of Bibhatsa Rasa. So the Bibhatsa Rasa, this Rati, it is actually Swarupa Shakti of the Lord. So it bestows this. Therefore, this feeling of disgust toward material things, not toward the Lord, it arises in their heart. Okay. So here, Rupa Goswami, after describing all the secondary rasas, he says this statement: Hasyadinam rasatvam yad gaunattvena api kirtitam pracham matanuserena tad vigneyam manishibhi. Actually, he says this primary rasas and secondary rasas. The primary rasas are the only rasas. The secondary rasas should not be called as rasas at all. The secondary rasas should be called as transitory emotions. There is a special name for that, Vyabhichari Bhava, transitory emotions. It is not rasa. It cannot be called rasa. But I am only calling it as rasa because of following ancient scholars like Bharata Muni, who has written a lot about material rasa. So he did not want to disrespect the previous framework established by Bharata Muni. So therefore, he also calls this as secondary rasas, though he himself says that these are not secondary rasas. These are not rasas. They should be called transitory emotions, vyabhachari bhavas. Okay. So that ends. Any questions, comments,
Hare
reflections?
Krishna. Oh,
Hare Krishna. Hello.
that's a very nice lecture. Oh.
Thank
I
you.
have I have one question.
Yes.
So, though Krishna is Lord Krishna is all powerful and no one can win over him, So why he didn't fight with Jarasan and just he uh, like passed ran? So what are the reason for that?
The first time or the second time?
The run short is called.
Unsure.
So what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
he,
why he didn't fight with Jarasan? He could have killed that time only. Whenever that fight was there.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, good point. So Krishna performs Leela, many Leelas for the sake of fun, Kautaka, for fun he performs. He could have killed, he actually defeated Jarasandha multiple times, 17 times or 27 times, I forgot. And then it is only after those many times that Jarasandha was able to win over Krishna. So Krishna can win him. After winning Jarasandha, he will just not kill him, he will just send him back. So he was just playing with Jarasandha, just like eagle when it catches a snake. Eagle can kill the snake easily, huh? But sometimes it will just put it in its nails and then it will just play around it, twist, turn, like that, like that. So like that, Krishna also sometimes does play with his enemies. And one other reason is also in this way, he is also giving little bit happiness to the enemies. Jarasandha was so determined to win over Krishna that he was coming again and again and again and again, gathering big army. It's difficult to gather big army if you're a loser. Think of the elections. If a person has lost an election, nobody, you cannot, coming for a second time is going to be very difficult. But Jarasandha has 17 times or 27 times, he was able to gather army and come again and again fight with Krishna. So probably Krishna also felt merciful toward this guy. This guy is.
Maybe. Yeah.
So, and the other reason is he wanted to establish Dwaraka. So he was in
Mhm.
Mathura. So he used as a reason to move to Dwaraka
Mhm.
so
Okay.
that his pastimes of Dwaraka will manifest.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, bro.
Thank you for the wonderful question. Praveen Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for a wonderful class.
Thank you,
I
Prabhu.
was in the beginning of the class. You mentioned, Prabhu, that the Guru's mercy can come in two ways.
Yes.
One is by giving the knowledge,
Hmm.
and the other one is, him being satisfied by giving the knowledge.
Yeah.
Right. So the first part, I understand that it's the mercy. How does the second part, being satisfied, actually considered as Guru's mercy?
So the guru should feel satisfied toward the disciple when he gives knowledge, which means through the service of the disciple tries to do some service. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, um, what is that verse? You approach a
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन
Tadviddhi. Yes, thank you, Radharanjan Prabhu. Tadviddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshantite jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshana. Tadviddhi pranipat. Pranipat is offering obeisances. Pranipatena pariprashna. Thorough questioning. The disciple is inquisitive, so he is asking nice questions. The guru feels satisfied because he's seeing that he's asking nice questions. He feels satisfied toward that disciple that he is genuinely interested in learning, not absurd questions, good questions. Uh, and Pariprashna Seva, the third part is service. The disciple does service to the Guru because he's getting knowledge from him and he's devoted to his Guru. Multiple types of services can be done. One of the services is that we do is we put the photo of the Guru in our altar and we worship him. We worship him regularly. So that is one service. If you got the physical association with the Guru, then you can do direct service also. So in this way, trying to please Guru. When the Guru is satisfied, then all the knowledge that we have received from Guru, that gets, we are able to attain that completeness of knowledge. If the Guru is dissatisfied, then the knowledge, whatever we have received from him, will not fructify in our heart. If the knowledge is nicely fructifying, we can understand that the Guru is pleased if we are receiving knowledge from the Guru.
I see. So basically, Guru getting satisfied with disciples' service and the other things that disciple might do is basically causing the Guru's satisfaction, and that in turn is basically enabling disciple to gain more knowledge and
More knowledge as well as more love to Krishna.
more love to Krishna. Okay, okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hari.
Thank you so much. So thank you, devotees, for joining. Then we'll stop here and we'll continue. Hare Krishna. Vansha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindubhye vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anant Kori Vaishnava ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Jivan Prabhu, for
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Radharajan Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
wonderful.